Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to do an easy fall makeup look using the E.L.F. Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette for a nice smoky eye. So we are going to start by tapping in to this beautiful second shade in the palette, a nice transition shade, and we are going to use a fluffy blending brush to kind of put that all over the lid. So see how I'm putting it into the crease, just going back and forth and back and forth. It's okay, it's kind of spreading out. We're using this all over, and that's just what we want to do with it. Okay, and so now that we're just about finished blending for now, we are going to put that brush down for a second and go ahead and tap into our next color. Okay, so here's that next color that we're going to tap into. It's sort of this brown, yellowy shade. It's really beautiful, and it's going to blend really well with this transition shade. So using a smaller, more pointed brush, we are going to put that right into the crease, blend it a little bit, just keeping it really, really into that crease. And then we're going to do it on the other side as well. So this shade is really pretty for building definition, and it blends really well, like I said, with that original shade. And so we're just going to use that, not go too far into the inner corner. For me, I think that that creates a little bit too much of a shadow, so I like to keep the dark colors more on the outer side. The next thing we'll do is just tap back into that transition shade and use it to continue to blend. Blend, blend, blend. That's kind of what you got to do with that smoky eye to get that really blended effect, is keep blending. How many times can I say the word blend in one video? I guess we will find out. But anyway, once you get to a shade that you really like, we can go ahead and move on to the next part of this eye look. Now we are going to take a similar pointed brush and tap into that purple shade. This shade is great because it's not super pigmented, and so it looks a little scary and bright, but when you actually pack it down, it's really buildable and easy to play with. So you're just going to pack it all over the lid. Like I said, it's okay if you are a little liberal in your application. This is a smoky eye, so we're supposed to have a little bit of color that's blendable. There's that word again, blendable, buildable. You can blur out those kind of harsher edges and just end with a really pretty look. To soften it up just a little bit, we're going to tap back into our original transition shade, and we are just going to go back and forth with that same windshield wiper application, blur it out, and make sure that smoky eye is just as smoky as we want it to be. The next thing we'll do is tap into that bright white shade on the very left-hand side of the palette. We're going to use this in our inner corners to really brighten them up a little bit. Usually you would maybe want to use more of a shimmery shade here, but because this palette is all matte, that's what we're going to work with. If you want to substitute that out for something with a little more glitter in it, you can definitely do that, but for this video, we're going to keep it matte. Next, we're going to tap back into that brown color and really smoke it out under the lower lash line. It's okay, you can make that line kind of thick. Just make sure you're using a brush where that line isn't too harsh. Clean up any edges that you see. I like to kind of use my fingers for this. I find it a little more natural than using a sponge. Finally, we're going to tap into that black shade with our eyeliner brush, and we're going to use that on the lower lash line, really tight to the waterline, and the upper line, as you can see. Okay, finally, like I just showed, we're going to use a highlighter and tap into it with this fan brush. And this is just an extra tip to really brighten up that cheekbone and right under the brow bones. I think that this really pulls the look together and adds a nice subtle glow, subtle or not so subtle depending on what you want to use. Make sure that you've applied that mascara, any lashes if you want to, and that is your final step in achieving this purpley fall smoky eye look. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and learned how to make a quick and easy fall eye look. Thanks for stopping by.